ladies and gentlemen, to Wambdi country. Tonight, the Lady Wambdi take on the Flandreau Indians. It's the Battle of the Indians. Would you please rise as we sing the Dakota National Anthem, sung by the Tioshpazina Singers. All right, introducing the Flandreau Lady Indians. Number 2, Jerusha Bain. Number 5, Journey Renville. Number 9, Raylyn Daniels. Number 11, Jordana Payer. Number 12, Shay Lungwup. And number 19, Elena Hernandez. Coaching the Flandreau Indians, Richard Hockett, assisted by Jesse B. And now your Tioshpazina Wambdi. Number 1, Kylie Deitch. Number 5, Maria Gallardo. Number 8, Jessie McKay. Number 10, Lanya Kiok. Number 12, Lily Smith. Number 13, Jordan Leblanc. Wambdi are coached by Mike Carlson, assisted by Daryl Dakota. Are you ready for some volleyball? Flandreau Indian fans, give us some noise. Wambdi fans, make your noise. welcome to volleyball as we get ready for the varsity game, the Tiospazina Wambdi and the Flandreau Indians. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Point Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 5, Maria Gallardo. Set up for the serve by the Wambdi. Set up, and with a collision there, so it's point Wambdi. Wambdi 2, Flandreau 0, first game. Nice return, out of bounds. Point Wambdi. Still serving Maria Gallardo. Nice serve. Flandreau Indians, and did not get reach over the net. Point Wambdi. Side out, Flandreau. Serving number 5, Journey Renville, Flandreau. Point Flandreau. That was the ACE for Flandreau. 4-2 is the score. Journey still serving. The other side, set up, and the spike, and it was tipped. Side out, Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 18, Shania German. Nice serve, falling over, and point Wambdi. Shania German still at the serving. Gets it over. Set up by Flandreau, and spike did not go over. Point Wambdi. So we have another point for the Wambdi, 7-2. Here comes the serve, and goes in a bounce. Point Wambdi. Timeout, Flandreau. With that timeout, do we have some music going? Beautiful night for volleyball. The Flandreau Indians and Tiospazina Lady Wambdi. We are live here at the Wambdi gym. Shania German will be coming serving. And a point. Wambdi, point Wambdi. Shania German, nice serve, gets it over, gets it right back. And set up for the spike. Back court. Wambdi with the set. And gets it over. And Side out, Flandreau Indian. Substitution 12 for 3. That's number 19 is the server. Elena Hernandez serving. And go to the other side. Nice save by the Flandreau Indians. Gets it way deep. And gets over with the setup by the Wambdi. Nearly 3 hits. Nearly 4 on that one. Wardo with the set. Smith, spike attempt, no good. Point, Flandreau Indians. Lana Hernandez still serving. Nice serve, gets it over. Set up by the Wambdi. Flandreau now with the set. And in. Point, Flandreau. Nice serve by Flandreau. Yeah, good spike there by the Wambdi. Side out, Wambdi. Serving number 12, Lily Smith for the Wambdi. And Lily Smith will set way back. And nice serve, gets it over. Returned there by Flandreau. And nice spike there by Deitch as it goes out of bounds. Point Wambdi. Lily Mae Smith still a serve. Scores 11-5. Wambdi. Here comes the serve. Gets it across and just outside the line. Side out. Flandreau Indian. Serving for Flandreau number 2, Jerusha Bean. Hits it way in the back, nearly hits the roof. And we get a good return by the Wambdi. Back in the Wambdi's court, set up. And a little tip, and we got a lift. Point Wambdi. Serving Jordy LeBlanc. Nice serve by Jordan. Set spike. And nice return by the Wambdi. They set up. Oh, we got a point Wambdi. Jordan LeBlanc serving. 13-6. Nice serve by Blank. Oh, sorry about the camera. And we get it across. Deitch gets it. Cannot save it. Point Wambdi. Point Josh Bazina. LeBlanc with the serve. Sets it up. Gets it over. And, oh, it barely gets over. And inside. Side out, Flandreau Indian. Serving number 9, Raylan Daniels. For the Flandreau Indians. Timeout, Wambdi. So I think everybody who's watching tonight, it's either on the live stream or the YouTube, or if you're watching on Venture Channel 390, thank you for watching. Or if you're watching on ResNet, KXSWResNet.com, thanks for watching. Daniel's the server. Substitution there. 7 for number 5. Number 5 is Renville from Sisseton going to Flandreau. Daniels with the serve. Gets it over and it's out of bounds. Side out, Wambdi. Serving number 1 for the Wambdi, number 1, Kylie Deitch. 15-7. Deitch's serve gets over. It's a return. And nice setup. Open-handed. There we go. Gets it in the back and goes out of bounds. Point Wambdi. Once again, it's point Wambdi. Gets it set up in the back for Flandreau and gets it over. Wambdi. Smith with that one and yeah. Side out, Lady Indians. Correction. Point Wambdi. And that one goes into the crowd. Point Wambdi. Deitch gets it over and point goes to the Choshvazina Wambdi. Serve and falls right in for a point. Side out, Lady Indians. Serving number 12, Shay Lone Wolf. And that one goes way over to Britain. That one was a long one. Side out, Wambdi. Serving number 10, Lanaya. Kyoke. Point Wambdi. Serving number Lanaya Kyoke. Lanaya, it doesn't look like it says Lanaya on her spelling, her name. Oh, nice save there by the Flandreau Indians and side out Flandreau Indians. Point. Serving number 13. Don't have her name in the program. Nice save there. Oh, and it's back again. Sorry about the camera work. Doing too many things at once. And save. Oh, 4 hits. Side out point goes to the Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 5, Maria Gallardo. And Gallardo served 22-9 the score. And could not get it over. Side out Flandreau Indians. Serving for Flandreau, number 7, Talia Hecro. Or Talia. These names. Side out, Wambdi. 23-10. Jessie McKay serving Wambdi, number 8. And it gets it over. And point Wambdi. Game point. 24-10. Nice serve there by McKay. Nice save by Wambdi. Get it back over. Nice volley by both teams. And that is the first game. And that is the first game going to the Wambdi. First match goes to the Wambdi 25-10. So Wambdi have the lead. 1-0. So thank you everybody for watching once again. If you're watching on Resnet, KXSWResnet.com, or if you're watching on our live stream or the YouTube live, or if you're watching on Venture 390, thanks for tuning in. Got about 2 minutes for the break here for game number 2. Josh Pazina, Lady Wambdi, and the Flandreau Lady Indian. Expect rain throughout the evening. Tomorrow morning should taper off. Be a beautiful Friday for everybody out there. And we're getting ready for the second game. There is 3 minutes between games, and most teams don't take the whole 3 minutes. They get back out there. Once again, the game is streamed on YouTube, also on live stream, also on our KXSWResnet.com, also on Venture Channel 390. I'd like to thank everybody for watching out there. And we get for game number 2 as the players get set. And they'll check on the Flandreau side. Serving for Flandreau, number 5, Journey Renville. And here goes her serve. It gets it over. And could not get it over. Point. Flandreau. Point. Nice serve. Over. Yeah. Side out, Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 5, Maria Gallardo.
Maria gets set for her serve. And it is up and over. Journey Renville with the save. Gets it back. Setting up Wambdi. And we get it over with McKay with the point. Point Wambdi. Gallardo with the serve. And she gets it over. Out of bounds. Point Lady Wambdi. Gallardo sits up for her serve. There it goes. Oh, nobody there for that one. And side out, Flandreau. Serving number 19, Elena Hernandez. And her serve goes over. Whoa, nice block. Oh, and it goes over. Side out, Wambdi. That was a good volley there. Jessie McKay, number 8, serving Wambdi. And her serve gets over. And, oh, point Wambdi. That hit just inside the line for a point. 5-2 score. Here comes McKay's serve. And did not have enough oomph on it. And point side out, Flandreau Indians. Jerish Bain serving. And point Flandreau. Nice serve, gets it up, reaches high. And ball could not make it over. Point Flandreau. Point. Serve is up and over. Out of bounds. Point Flandreau. Hands knock over, side out, Wambdi. Serving number 12, Lily Smith, Wambdi. Scored 6-6. Smith's serve goes over. And we have a volley and point Wambdi. Ball hits the net. 7-6, Smith. And her serve out. Side out, Flandreau. Serving for Flandreau, number 10, Giselle Payer. Oh, right over the top. Point, Flandreau. I almost said Wambdi. And that one's long. Got a bounce. Side out, Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 13, Jordan LeBlanc. Substitution 17 for 5. 17 for the Wambdi is Alea Renville. She's in the ballgame. And And that's a point for the Wambdi. 9-8. Serve goes over, out of bounds, side out, Flandreau Indians. Serving for Flandreau, Shandon Ramsey. Side out, Wambdi. Substitution for Flandreau and Wambdi. Serving for the Wambdi, number 1, Kylie Deitch. Point Wambdi. Deitch just goes over and side out, Flandreau Indians. Serving for Flandreau, up 13. Started at 5. And goes over and cannot get it. Point Flandreau.
Eleven to 11. Ball hit over by Jerisa Bain, but out of bounds. Another point for the Wambdi on the ace serve by Shania German. Goes into the back row. Another ace serve for the Wambdis. Shania German. For 14-11 here in the second game. Yep. Gotta go. Yep. Ball set up. Spiked over by Kylie Deitch. Tried to, almost a return by Hernandez, but it is blocked by Alaya Renville. Ball set, hit over off the top of the roof. Another point for the Wambdi. Ball can hit the net, hit the roof going over. It's no good, but if it isn't the third attempt going over, then you can still play it. So that's 4 hits. Nope, it's 3 hits. They were in the net on the Flandreau side. 17-11, Tio Spazzino with the lead. Set shot over by Lily Smith. Almost a tip over by Jesse McKay. Substitution into the game. Journey Renville into the ball game, and Raylan Daniels for Flandreau. Serving is number 5, Journey Renville, the 5'2" senior. Nice serve over. Wait for it to come down off the net. No good. Point for the Flandreau. 17-13 here in the second game. Nice diving effort by Shania German. Couldn't get enough under it to get it over the net. Another point for Flandreau. Ball set up, back row spike. Over by Jordan LeBlanc. Good for a point for the Wambdi. Mariah Gallardo into the ball game for the Wambdi. And Chantel Cole. Maria Gallardo back to serve for the Wambdi. Clips the net. Still good. All tipped over by Jerissa Bain. Back row set by Cole. Just out of play. Point for the Flandreau. Hernandez second serve. Ball's going to be spiked over by Jesse McKay and last touched by Flandreau. Point for the Wambdi. 19-15 here in the second game. Amelia Garman into the ball game for the Wambdi. Wambdi with a 1-0 lead so far. Long serve, out of play. Point for Flandreau. 19-16 here in game 2. Number 2, Jerissa Bain serving into the back row. Gonna call double hit on Shania German. Ball over by Cole. Back over by Ramsey. Spike good for Amelia Garman off the fingertips. Player in the back row, Journey Renville for Flandreau. 12, Lily Smith, the 5'4" senior, serving for the Wambdi. And Coach Carlson says we messed up. He's got the wrong player in. Put the sub in for the wrong one.
Who's hungry for goulash?
Alright, we think we have it. They had 2 substitutions and they went to the wrong areas. We're all good now. Lily Smith is serving, the 5'4" senior. They're double checking the other team just because they put in 2 subs at the same time. So we got whistles. Apparently they have to have a captain on the floor at all times too, so now one of them gets to be captain. We're going with Lily Smith, excuse me. Reading the wrong sheet. Lily Smith. And now we're back to live action. Nice serve off the front row, back row hits it up. Hernandez gets it over, set back up to Chantel Cole. She puts it over. Raylan Daniels, back across. Ball's going to be set, tipped over by Berlinda Bars. Return try by Shandon Ramsey was just off her fingertips. No good. Point for the Wambdi. 21-17 here in game 2. Out of play. Point for Flandreau. Another substitute. Chalea Hecro into the ball game. Number 9, Raylan Daniels, a 5'7" senior, serving. Serve into the net. Point for the Wambdi. Number 10, Giselle Payer into the ball game for Flandreau. Chantel Cole, number 11, a 5'7" senior, serving. Nice back row serve. Ball set up. Spike over, grabbed by the libero. Back row tap by Bars. Off a Cole, out of play. Point for Flandreau. 22-19.
Shayla Wolf, number 12, serving Flandreau.
Ball set up nice and high. Going to be hit over by Bars. Back row spike up. Out of bounds. Had to make sure it wasn't touched on the block attempt by Garmin, but she didn't touch it. Point for the Wambdi. 23-19. Kylie Deitch into the ball game. Kylie Deitch, 5'6" senior. Nice low serve into the back row. Good for a point for the Wambdi. Game point. Well, tipped over. Dug out. Tipped back. Oh! Just out of the reach of Bars. Point for Flandreau. Still game point for the Wambdi. 24-20 here in game 2.
Shania makes him first. Serving,
number 8. Shania makes him first. Serving. Back row serve. Turned by Deitch. Ball set up. McKay blocked on the attempt.
Point goes to Flandreau. Indian.
Serve up. Set by Bars. Gallardo with the spike. Going to be returned. Back row off Deitch. No good. Point Flandreau.
Point Flandreau.
Ball returned into the back row. Front set up. Off of Deitch. No good. It'll be 24-23. Ball returned. They're going to set it into the back. Save. Deitch saves it. Gets it forward. It's going to go over into the net. No good. Tied up 24-24. I'm going to have a timeout called by Coach Carlson. McKay gets the ball over way too deep. Flandreau will take a 1-point lead. 25-24. Flandreau with the 1-point lead here in the second game. They've got to win by 2. Ball returned, gets it up to Bars. Sets it to McKay, she gets it over. Ball tipped over. Put up. Point Wambdi. A good spike by McKay. Tied up 25-25 here in game 2.
Johnny, I thought he was sending you in.
Serving number 10,
Lanaya Keough serving, 5'4" sophomore. Gets it just over. Collision between two Flandreau players. Point for the Wambdi. Game point again for the Wambdi. Again, they have to win by 2. It's 26-25. Second serve into the back row. Could have almost got a double hit on that one. Ball blocked. Game Wambdi. 2-0 for the Wambdi, and we'll be back in a couple minutes for game 3.
round of applause for both teams playing a good game.
What did Red Thunder do to rank? So is that big guy for the Timberwolves? Pat? They drafted him, he broke his left foot. He just got cleared to play and now he broke his right foot. Big 7'2" guy. Can't use him.
want to let everybody know that tomorrow is Friday.
And it quit raining. Yep. It's foggy, but...
And it quit raining.
Oh, we're ready. We're back for game 3. Tio Spazzina with the 2-0 lead. They win this one, they'll have their first victory of the season. See who's back there serving. Gallardo. Tapped up by Lily Smith. Jordan LeBlanc's spike goes into the net. Point Flandreau. Journey Renville serving for the Flandreau Indians. Up. Point Wambdi. The blank put the brakes on just quick enough not to run into the net on that one. 1-1. Shania German serving. Ball tipped over by Deitch. 19. Hernandez tries to do a back bump and puts it right into the net. This point for Wambdi, 3-1 here in game 3. Shania German, 5-3 sophomore with the third serve. Returned on one hit, set up by Deitch to Smith. And they're going to call an illegal hit. Ball got a little deep between her thumbs on that set. Elena Hernandez serving for Flandreau. Ball set up by Smith. Tipped over by LeBlanc. Back to Smith. Deitch is going to set up LeBlanc. She's going to tip it over. Puts it in the perfect spot. There's nobody there. 4-2. Wambdi. Lily Smith, 5'4" senior, serving for the Wambdi. Serve into the net, short, point Flandreau. Number 8, Shania makes him first into the ball game for Flandreau. Serving is Jerusha Bain, 5'5" senior. And no return by the Wambdi, point Flandreau. Another ace. No return by Tio Spazzina. Back row Smith. Up to Keoke. To LeBlanc over. Back to Deitch. Set up by Keoke. Back over. Quick set back by Hernandez. Tipped over. Hernandez is going to set it up. Spike attempt to tip it over by Raylan Daniels. Goes off her fingertips. Point back for Wambdi. 5-5. 17, Alea Renville, 5'10" senior into the ball game for the Wambdi. Serving was Jordan LeBlanc. Ball set up, tipped over by Renville. Good. Point Wambdi. timeout, Flandreau. Tio Spazina with a 6-5 lead here in the game 3 with 2-0 lead. Tio Spazina coached by head coach Mike Carlson, assisted by Daryl Dakota. Flandreau Indian Lady Indians volleyball team is coached by Richard Hackett, assisted by Jesse Bean. See, Lexus Red Thunder, the 6'2" middle hitter junior for Wambdi, is walking around with a walking boot on her right ankle. I'm guessing we've got, hoping it's just a sprain. I haven't got any other word yet on. You always worry about torn ligaments and everything else, but she doesn't seem to be limping too much, just kind of walking awkward on a big walking boot. And if you've ever walked with one, you know they're not fun to walk in. Alrighty, serving again is LeBlanc. It's it over into the back row. Collision by the Flandreau players. They still get it over into the back row. Nice high set up to the front to Deitch. They got by with a carry for Flandreau. Ball tipped over by Alea Renville, 5'10" senior. Another point for the Wambdi, 7-5 here in game 3. Jordan LeBlanc, 5'7" junior. Deep back row serve, ball popped up, hit over in 2. Going to be tracked down by Smith. She's going to get it up right on the line, and they're going to say yes, on the line.
Out of bounds. Timeout, Flandreau.
Nope, he's going to call it out of bounds. 7-6. Raylan Daniels, a 5'7" senior, serving for Flandreau. Into the net, no good. Point Wambdi, 8-6.
Serving for the Wambdi, number 1. Kylie Deitch.
Kylie Deitch serving for the Wambdi. Hernandez tips it back into the back row, recovered by Smith, gets it up to Renville's. Ball hit over by McKay. Point Wambdi.
Point inbound, Wambdi.
Ooh, that's hitting a serve back like that with your fingers like that's a good way to break them. Renville back row, ball tipped up, can't be snagged on the way by I believe it was Taylor Hecro. Into the net, point Wambdi. Another serve by Deitch. Ball's going to be set up by Hernandez. Spike attempt by Shania makes him first into the net. No good, point Wambdi. 11-6 here in game 3. Served by Deitch into the back row. Hernandez tips it up to the front. Backwards set over by Shania makes him first. Ball going to be tipped over. Tap back. We're going to call Alaya Renville being in the net. Ball into the net and the serve by Shandon Ramsey. Point Wambdi, 12-7.
Serving Lanaya Kyo. Wambdi.
Lanaya Kyo, 5'4" sophomore, serving for the Wambdi. 5-point lead here in game 3. Looking for the 3-game sweep. Well, set up by Smith and spike attempt by Renville's into the net. No good. Point for Flandreau. Substitution number 13 into the ball game. Don't have number 13 on my program. Nice serve Backward tip over. Ball tracked down. Back row. Tip back over. Snuck one in there by Jesse McKay, the 5'9 senior, right in the middle where nobody was standing. Point for the Wambdi. 13-8. For 17, Elia Renville, 5'10 senior serving. Ball hit over by Talea Hikro. Just about touched the ceiling. Got it over. Smith gets it back across. Cole gets it over. Ball off the fence. Off the net. No good. Point for the Wambdi. 14-8. Second serve coming by Elia Renville. German ball set up for Cole, puts it into the block, and it sneaks between the blocker and the net. Point Wambdi, 15-8. Double hit. Leah Renville still serving. She's got a little bit of a curve on that serve. Ball tipped over. Smith to Cole. Ball tipped over by McKay. Back row set. Smith's going to get it to Cole. Off the back row player. Point Wambdi.
Point goes to the Wambdi B.
Nice serve. Into the back row, they're going to say out of bounds. Point Wambdi. 18-8, 10-point lead here in game 3 with already a 2-game lead. Back set up to Jerissa Bain. Nice diving play in the back row by Renville. Keeps it alive. German up front. Cole's going to tip it over. It's going to be one hit back over, but out of play. Point Wambdi, 19-18. Renville's going to go to this corner now on the serve. Return, ball set up. Back row. Gonna go all the way over. Deitch gets 2 hits, takes it over. Hernandez, they try tipping it over. Smith gets it to Cole. Cole's gonna tip it over, or McKay, excuse me, gets it over in 2. Oh, ball almost grew toes and crawled over the fence, but not quite. Point for the Wambdi, 20-8. It just looked like there was little fingers coming out of the ball trying to get it to crawl over, but not quite enough momentum on that spin. And we're going to have Amelia Garman back into the ball game. Ball tipped over by Bain. Set up by Bars. Gets it to Cole. Tips it over. Spike again by Bain. This one into the net. No good. Point Wambdi. 21-8. Nice set up. All spiked over by Bain. Free ball into the back row. Tipped up, tapped over. That one does crawl over. Cole tips it right back. Point Wambdi, 22-8 here in game 3. 3 points away from it being a clean sweep for the Wambdi. Ball over. German gets it up front to Bars. She sets it up for Cole, just out of her fingertip reach, and it's blocked back by Bain of Flandreau. Finally ends the serving reign of Aliyah Renville. She must have had 10, 12 points. Number 5, Journey Renville, 5'2" senior, serving for Flandreau. Off the top of the net. They're going to say just out of play. Point Wambdi. Amelia Garman, the 6-foot sophomore, serving. Ball returned on one. Tipped over by Bars. Flandreau gets it back, but under the net. Game point Wambdi. Serve into the back row, tipped over, hit back by German, sets it up to Cole, spikes it over, ball's going to be returned. Long set back by Hernandez into the back row, ball set up by Bars to Cole off the fingertip of the blocker. They're going to say double hit. Game Wambdi, game set match winner. Tio Spazina picks up their first win of the season. 3-0 over the Flandreau Indian Lady Indians volleyball team in high school volleyball here tonight. Tomorrow night, Tio Spazina football team will be playing Hitchcock Tulare at 7 o'clock. Away, I don't know if they play in Hitchcock or Tulare, but that's where the game will be tomorrow night. Next home volleyball game isn't for a month, if the schedule is right. Tuesday, October 23rd, they play Millbank, the last game of the season. Next home football game is next Friday, where the Wambdi will take on Miller at 7 a.m. I don't know why I want to say 7 a.m. At 7 o'clock here on Wambdi Field. So we will see you next time. Thanks for listening. Hope you had a good night.